Relax Team Central New Jersey. We meet every day, every Wednesday at 8 a.m. And we do the same thing. We support each other, we help each other, and we promote each other's business. We do that through referrals, through just networking, and through sharing each other's content. So as far as going through, here's a quick list of some of the positions that are available if you want to join Relax Teams, but it doesn't need to be this position. You just need to be a business or work in a business where you deal with individuals that you want to grow your business and that you want to help and promote others to grow their business. So anything in the housing sector, because it is so piping hot, we have open for realtors, loan officers, estate attorneys, title agents. We have family lawyer position open. We have anything in the beauty space open. We have anything in the child sports space, education, sports, camps, anything that you're looking to promote and grow your business. Pet sitters, anything in the pet space, groomer space, anything along those lines. Bookkeepers we have available, college planners, advisors. We have staffing firm recruiters, anything in there. We talked about staffing and hiring today if you're looking to grow a temp agency, anything along those lines. Home improvement, any of the home improvement sectors, electricians, travel professionals, DJs, entertainers, anything in the entertainment space, party planning, event planning, caterers, anything there, wedding photographers or still photographers, anything in the dance area. We do have Pilates professional, anything in the nonprofit space, so grow and promote your nonprofit, moving and storage. So with that said, we'll go through. Everyone gets 45 seconds to say who they are and what they do, and I will start. My name is Dennis Harabin. I run Relax Tax. What we do is we are obsessed with helping people to retain more of what they earn. And we do that by taking a holistic approach, looking at tax, insurance, and debt, not in a vacuum, but looking at it all together. So by looking at everything in a complete package without looking at it individually, we're able to help people to retain more of what they earn. Don't know if the shot clock's going to work today, but up next is Paul.
Okay, thanks, Dennis. Paul Talbot from Digital Maestro. We're a website agency and online marketing company, helping smaller businesses get the visibility that they need and deserve. We do this by optimizing a website, by helping them with Google ads, Facebook ads, basically anything that you're doing online, there's a good chance that we can help you with it. We do offer a complimentary website audit where we sit down together and just kind of look at some things on the outside of your website from the user experience and talk about what can be improved. So this way you can take it to your web team if you have one, or if you need to, we can talk about how we can work together. So Paul Talbot from Digital Maestro, where we harmonize your online strategy. Next up, Lisa.
Good morning. My name is Lisa Devorin, and I am passionate about helping others lose weight and live their best lives. There's a new study out that in the past year, people have put on 25 extra pounds. I can help you take it off. I've lost 25 pounds 2.5 years ago and was successful for the first time, and I'm excited to help others. So if you're looking for a plan that's simple, that's not about depriving, but instead about adding good, delicious food while improving your health and the added benefit of non-scale victories, this is it. And by non-scale victories, I mean being able to fit into clothes in your closet, better results at the physical, not cringing when you see yourself in pictures. The plan, the education, support are free. It's about helping others lose weight and live their best lives. Visit my website, stayhealthylivebetter.com. And up next is Candido.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, Candido. Can you hear us?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me? Good morning.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Technical issues. My name is Candido Rodriguez. I'm a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual. I help business owners and families bring their dreams and goals to life. We do this by helping them develop a plan that align those goals with their aspirations and their finances. Our unique approach develops a personalized plan which focuses on very key activities that are designed to take them further than they've ever been, and setting the necessary steps so they can reach financial security from retirement planning, education planning, and legacy. So that's how we live our life today, planning for the future. Candido Rodriguez with Northwestern Mutual. I think that Desiree will be next.
Yes, Desiree isn't here today, but Desiree does outsource CMO and helping startups to manage their businesses. She always likes to say, when it comes to marketing, you don't need to boil the ocean. You can take it in small and individual chunks. Up next, Jonas.
Hi, I'm Jonas DeVita. I'm the owner of Access Commercial Door. We are a 30-year-old commercial door and hardware distribution company. We supply general contractors, end users, all in commercial space. So if you own a commercial, office building, factory, distribution center, anything like that, we can help you out. We work hand in hand with a lot of top tier general contractors with a big focus on the pharma industry. So we do everything from hollow metal, stainless steel doors for clean rooms, commercial wood doors for your office, and we're factory direct, so we always get great pricing. We've got a great team to help you not just lay out your job, but also help with installations. It's Jonas DeVita, Access Commercial Door. Up next is George.
Right, and I don't think I saw George or heard George here today. George has Caring Transition, the world's largest transition company, helping seniors to either downsize, move in with their kids, or transition out to a nursing home or anything like that. When you've gathered 30 years worth of stuff and you want to try to move, it can be quite overwhelming. When you do that and your later years, it's twice as overwhelming. So that's what George does and handles. Next up, Rochelle.
Morning, everybody. My name is Rochelle DiCrescenzo. I'm a physical therapist. My practice is the Healing Journey. And I focus on a type of treatment called myofascial release. So in our bodies, we have a circulatory system, a muscular system, but we also have a fascial system. And our fascial system is a three-dimensional web of connective tissue that holds us together, basically. And restrictions in that fascial system can cause pain, tightness, numbness, tingling, all kinds of problems. So when I work with somebody, I look at the whole body, no matter where their symptoms are, and we try to really get to the root cause. And I partner with my patients to help them in my office with the hands-on treatment, and also at home with home program. So if you'd like to contact me, it's Rochelle at the Healing Journey, mfrpt.com. And next is Tracy.
Tracy, are you with us? I thought I saw you on today.
She had to leave early.
Nope, she's gone.
Tracy had to leave. Okay. So Tracy's a functional nutritional lifestyle coach, helping people with their myriad of health and well-being. I know she particularly likes to work with families and teenagers, very successful in that area. Next up, Alana.
Good morning. My name is Alana Van Kampen, and I'm the owner of Central Cut Pilates. I teach private and small group Pilates sessions. I work with all kinds of clients, varying from age 8 all the way to age 85. I take into consideration your physical history and any current injuries or issues your body may have, and build a Pilates session around your body's needs. Oftentimes, I'm working with people who have been released from physical therapy recently and are seeking a more low-impact way to exercise. I also really like to make sure everything I do with my clients can be translated into everyday life. For instance, I really like to make sure I work on exercises for balance and proprioception, since these are things that begin to naturally deteriorate as our bodies get older. Again, Alana Van Kampen, Center Cut Pilates, and you can catch me at centercutpilates.com. Next up is, I believe, Randy.
So I'm Randy today. Good morning, everybody. I'm Jen Peel with M&T Bank, and I'm the branch manager in Parsippany. My specific role is to work with small businesses under about $1 million in annual sales. A lot of times these business owners are really good at what they do, but they don't really have time to worry about banking, and that's where I come in. So today I'm looking for any business who took a PPP loan in the last 12 months. And if this is you, I want you to really think about how this loan helped you. And if you didn't have it, what would have happened? So if that's you, do you have an appropriately sized line of credit in place in case of emergencies? Because every business needs a line of credit. So if you don't have a line of credit in place, Please reach out to me and we can review what's appropriate and I can have you financially ahead of your next emergency. And I'm not sure who goes next.
It looks
Dennis, I
like
think we
Dennis
lost the slides.
disappeared.
Yeah.
We lost the slides, Dennis.
I think we lost Dennis.
We lost Dennis. So who hasn't gone yet?
So I believe that I'm after Randy. Good morning,
ahead, Jeannie.
everyone.
Okay, Jeannie, you're next.
Thank you, Jen. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jeannie Asante, and the name of my company is I Dream of Jeannie, and we have a portfolio of businesses in that company. But today I'm going to highlight identity theft protection. And I'm just going to ask a really quick question. How many people here are hearing more and more on how companies, large companies, Geico's, Experian, all these large companies getting hacked and all their customers having to be compromised because of that? And because of that, I want to have an introduction, if you can, to anyone who's working in HR in any large company that is looking to protect their customers and their employees, because I can help them do that where they don't have to worry about being hacked and having their people being compromised. So call Jeannie Asante so everyone is safe. Thank you. Have a great day.
Next up,
Why don't I
is
troubleshoot here and call people out? Robert, public adjuster, you want to go?
Absolutely, no worries. Robert Bureau, Metro Public Adjustments. I'm your public advocate. I'm here to help you against your insurance company. I'm here to teach you all the dirty little secrets the insurance company doesn't want you to know. And if you know anybody does this damage, I will get them 300 to 600% more money, and I'll give them the money up front. It's spring cleaning time. It's time to spring clean your insurance, your property insurance policy. I'm offering $25 American Express gift card this month to anybody who will give me half an hour of their time and a copy of the declaration page to teach them and educate them. No commitment whatsoever. It's a promotion we have going. Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. How about Chris on the bus?
Sure. Hey, everybody. My name is Chris Lipper, and I founded On the Bus Sales Training Coaching and Consulting 11 years ago. And one of the best things we do are our virtual trade shows. We're about to have our 10th trade show and our 3rd virtual one. So let me ask you a quick question. Who here would love to have a new avenue to sell in? I don't mean just to network, but who misses selling, right? To have the opportunity to be in front of prospects, right? We don't get that a lot anymore. We're networking and being polite and having one-to-ones and asking for referrals. What we have is a virtual platform where you can sell. And we're doing it next on June 2nd. And so we're about a month away. Our first class, all the exhibitors get 3 classes. Our next class for that is tomorrow from 2 to 4. And then we do one on the 27th from 2 to 4. The show is on 6/2. And then we have a follow-up class afterwards. We'll do this again in September and December. And the plan is to go national in January. So if you know anyone that could benefit from a virtual trade show, please, please introduce them to me. They're so much fun. I hope you all come. Thank you.
Great job, Chris. How about Paul? And we'll go Tim next. Paul Taubman.
I went. We're good.
You already went already. My bad. Tim.
Hello, hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Tim Stollery, and as a working journalist for more than 25 years and a professional storyteller, I'm an artist who uses images, sounds, words, and deep research to tell stories. My work has been recognized with many awards, including 3 Mid-Atlantic Regional Emmy Awards. I spent the last 10 years shooting and editing a variety of projects, editing mostly with Final Cut Pro, but other digital video editing web-based systems as well. I will shoot anything but weddings and porn. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Next up is...
Yeah, let's, how about Jacob? Have you spoken yet?
I have not.
And then we'll go Anthony. Let's go Jacob, Anthony, and Jonathan. And then I'll close it up if that would be it. Go ahead, Jacob.
Good morning, everyone. I am Jake Mule, also known as Jake the Insurance Guy. I wear many, many hats. Today, I'll be talking to you about insurance when we do our presentation. So on my other hats, if you like to sing, Jake the Insurance Guy hosts karaoke once a week at Ray's Bistro in Bound Brook. It alternates Wednesdays and Saturdays, but this week it is Saturday the 15th. So if you're interested, please let me know. I can get you some reservations, the best Italian food you'll ever try. I also co-own an online second chance bookstore. So if you love to read but don't love to pay the full prices for books, definitely check out the website. There's also a coupon for Relaxed Teams members. If you just put relaxed exclamation point in the discount code, you will get a discount at checkout. And then the insurance side, I am an independent agent. I work with many different carriers and help you shop around for the right coverage and then the right price for the right coverage so that you're not having any gaps, but you're also not paying too much. So that's me, Jake, the insurance guy.
Great job, Jake. Anthony.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Anthony with USI Insurance. USI is a leading insurance brokerage and consulting firm, both local and national. We deliver customized insurance to small and medium-sized business. My team analyzes clients' business issues and challenges, leveraging USI One. That's a proprietary platform integrating analytics, network resources, and strategic planning to deliver a highly customized risk management solution with economic impact. At USI, our customized team provides risk management insurance advice on a broad range of risk exposures, including workers' compensation, property coverage, general liability, auto liability, and cyber. If you have any questions on commercial insurance, or if you need advice on strategy, feel free to give me a call or an email. My name is Anthony with USI Insurance.
Great, thanks, Anthony. And how about Jonathan?
Hey, sorry, I had to step away for a second. What are we just discussing?
No, sorry, we're doing the, tell us about yourself, about 30 seconds, the little elevator speech. There you go.
Sorry about that. So
yeah, what you did. Yeah.
The most important part about me is my 12-month-old who I just ran to assist with yogurt for the first time. But for professionally speaking, I'm a technology consultant. So I've been working my whole career on various CRM implementations, Salesforce obviously being one of the bigger ones, but I've worked on Dynamics, Capsule, Pipeline Deals, any type of CRM. So essentially I've made a career on going into organizations looking for a technology transformation and update all of their current systems and stack into a full new stack supporting everything from marketing lead generation all the way through the service and even have gotten into billing and invoicing as well. So full CRM technology implementation. And then I'm also a real estate agent on the side. So I really like to focus on the real estate industry for a lot of these implementations.
Thank you, Jonathan. And first off, congratulations. Great time the 12-month-old this time of their lives and yours too. And very busy with technology and the real estate today.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I get it. Before I close it out, did we have everybody speak? And if you haven't spoken, please speak up. Going once, going twice. And hopefully Dennis will join momentarily. Good morning, Chris Nichols. I'm a financial advisor with Stonehill Financial. And in our practice, we help small businesses and families that are doing well financially speaking, but do have concerns about where their maybe trajectory is and where they're going with their finances. We do take a holistic approach and help with various things such as retirement planning, college planning, cash flow analysis, tax minimization, and also a lot of that just rolls up into general estate planning. We are independent and work as advocates to really, help people get to where they want to go. And we, of course, work, my partner, Tim Highland, is a CFP, so we work in people's best interests and are fiduciaries. Again, Chris Nichols, financial advisor with Stonehill Financial. My web address is stonehillfinancial.net. So that wraps it up. And without Dennis, I'm operating a little blind.
Jake.
Is Jake has the floor today?
Yeah, yes. I have the presentation, so I think that's the next part. So I will.
Yes. Thank you, Paul. Go ahead, Jake.
Situated here.
I don't know if you have slide deck. I don't know if we're going to be able to show it or. Oh, there we are.
Yeah, he has.
Let's just move this thing out of the way. Of course, my cats are making a ruckus. Okay. So today, welcome again, everyone. I'm Jake Miola, also known as Jake the Insurance Guy. Today, we're going to do a little bit on auto insurance 101, right? So can I get just a show of hands? who in here has auto insurance? This should be everybody raising their hands, right? Okay. Who enjoyed shopping for their auto insurance? Yeah, that's what Paul, really? Okay, I've got a bunch of liars in here today. So there's a lot of things that go into your auto insurance. A lot of people will think they know a lot about it. They might not necessarily know a lot about it. I hear this phrase thrown around a lot, that I have full coverage. Has anyone ever heard somebody say that? I have full coverage. What does that mean? Does anybody know what that means? Does that mean that you're covered? Does it mean that you have collision?
It means you're full of it.
Right. So there's a lot of people that think that they know what they're talking about, don't necessarily know what they're talking about. So we're going to talk about a little bit the back end of what goes into your auto insurance, right? So a lot of things that I hear from people are, why is my rate this? I called this carrier and it gave me this rate. I called this carrier, it gave me this rate. Why are they different across the board? Or what goes into the actual rating of your auto insurance, right? So there are some pretty standard ones that we all know about. Age, of course. If you're trying to get insurance for somebody who just got their license, has anyone recently had to do that? You'll notice it's a nightmare. The insurance rate will skyrocket because they know this is a young driver. They're new to the road. They don't know the rules necessarily yet, so they're going to charge you an arm and a leg just to get your coverage, right? Then we have, of course, your driving record. That's your motor vehicle report. So all the tickets you've ever gotten, if you've ever been convicted or not, that doesn't really matter. The fact that you got a ticket, it still shows up. So a lot of people, they know that if you go to court and you plead down, you get remove the points on your license, that ticket still shows up on your insurance, right? So you're not necessarily getting rid of that off of your record. You're just changing what it comes up as, right? And a fun fact, your driving record, they actually do a 5-year pull for your motor vehicle report. So you got to think back for the last 5 years, any tickets that you've had on your history, right? A lot of people think it's 3, but it's actually 5. Your prior claims, right? So if you've had any claims on your auto insurance in the past, there are a lot of weird things about claims. So the different types of claims react differently. So if it was just a windshield claim or towing and labor, you might be penalized a little bit less than if it was something like a full-on collision. Your comprehensive coverage claims under that, they actually don't weigh as much because those are considered things that aren't necessarily your fault. So if a tree branch falls in the car, you hit a deer, theft, fire, anything like that, those don't necessarily affect your rate as much because they're not necessarily your fault. But again, claims, that's another 5-year window that they're looking at. Your gender, surprise, surprise, right? So your gender has an effect on your rate. Usually men are worse drivers as far as they are more reckless. Although any man I talk to, they will say that women are worse drivers. I'm not getting into that. I think that there are plenty of bad drivers on both sides. So take that for what you will. One that people don't realize, your zip code has an effect on your auto insurance rate. Raise your hand if you knew that before. Well, obviously, Robert, yes, great. So some of you knew it, might be because of your industry. Your zip code is a factor due to the environment that you're in, right? So if you're in, say, Tom's River, your insurance rate based on your zip code is going to be a lot different than somebody who's in, say, Newark or Elizabeth. That's because they're also factoring in things like theft, fire, people, hit and runs, things like that. So what environment you're in affects your rate. So if it's a more populated area, they know that there's more people around to do damage to your vehicle, and therefore it's more likely that you'll get in an accident. So that's an important one to remember. I also like to remind people who are moving, getting a new house, or just changing locations, that they should also look into their auto insurance at the same time, because that zip code will affect their rate moving forward as well. Your marital status. Most people don't know this either, but you can actually get discounts by being married on your policy. Sometimes people will choose to have separate policies when they're married because they don't like the record of their spouse, or this, that, and the other thing. They like to keep their money separate. But sometimes you actually get a discount, having the both people on the policy and, your marital status being as married. And your education. So you can actually get a discount for having a higher education. So if you have a master's degree, a doctorate degree, you can actually get a discount on your insurance. The assumption being that if you have a higher education, you'll be smarter on the road. Whether or not that's accurate or not, that's for anyone else to decide, but that's what their thinking is. So the smarter you are, the better you drive in theory. And of course, your credit score. So your credit score is a factor in everything in life, in at least the United States. So if you have a stellar credit score, but not necessarily a stellar driving record, you can still sometimes get a pretty good deal because they have a good idea that you're going to pay them, no matter what the rate is. So they're happy about that. However, if you have a great driving record and not necessarily a great credit score, you might see some increases in your premium because they're pretty heavily weighted on the credit score side of things. And your occupation. So sometimes, I don't know if it's a white collar versus blue collar type of a deal, but various carriers, not all of them, but various carriers will ask what your occupation is, and sometimes it will change the rate based on what you select there. So being an independent agent, it's great to be able to see the back ends of various different carriers to see who uses what and what actually affects the rate in different areas. Every carrier is different, so that's why it's important to check in various locations, because something that might be penalizing you in one location might actually be a benefit for you in another, right? So what are your options, right? So when people think about their auto coverage, they typically think of, okay, I have my liability coverage. So if I hurt somebody or if I, damage something, I'm covered there. They have their coverage for their own car, right? So their collision, their comprehensive. So this is damage to your own vehicle. But after that, people don't really think too much into what their options are, mostly because when they're calling to get their insurance, they're really just calling and asking for, hey, this is the coverage I need. Can you get me the cheapest price, right? They're not really thinking about what their options are. But there's some pretty cool stuff that you can do out there, and knowing what your options are is really helpful to give you the best thing that you want and having a policy that actually does what you want it to, rather than just making sure you're street legal, right? So usage-based programs. Has anyone heard of these before? You got Snapshot from Progressive, you've got, the Right Track from Liberty Mutual. Basically what these are programs that you can enroll in that help by tracking what your driving habits are and can give you a discount based on that usage, right? So each program is different, and I advocate for some over others, only because some programs can actually penalize you based on your driving, and I'm not a fan of anyone's rate going up after using a program. I like people to get discounts, right? So knowing what your qualifications are on that and what your driving habits are, so that you know whether or not it's a good idea for you, that's definitely something on many different carriers. Roadside assistance. So usually if you have AAA, you don't need to have this, or if it comes with your existing car policy, if you have a lease or something like that. Excuse me. But essentially roadside assistance helps you if you've got a flat tire, if your car breaks down, all of that good stuff, if you need a tow. Important to have. If you don't realize you don't have it, it can kind of leave you in a little bit of a pickle. So definitely check on your policy. Rental reimbursement. A lot of people opt not to have this because they don't realize it's an option, but this would, if your car was in the shop for a claim, it can't just be broken down for no reason. If it was due to a claim, they'll actually reimburse you for renting a vehicle on a daily basis, right? So you can have anything from $25 a day all the way up to $100 a day, as far as what you think you would cost for the type of rental you would want to use. And you can go any variation in between, but that's nice to have if you don't have a second vehicle in the household. That way you're not stranded or stuck doing Lyfts or Ubers every day until your car is fixed. There's also the option for new car replacement. So this is typically for cars that are 1 or 2 years old, fresh off the manufacturer. They'll actually give you the option to have new car replacement. So if you do total the vehicle within those first 2 years, they'll actually replace the full value to buy the new car rather than the depreciated amount, which, as you know, can be quite significant. Once you drive off the lot, the value goes, it kind of plummets as soon as you're off the lot. So having that option available is really nice if you have a new car and you're worried about, what happens if it gets totaled. On the same token, better car replacement, that's if you don't necessarily have a new car, not the first 2 years, but maybe within the last 10, what they'll do is they'll actually, if you total the car, they will replace the car or fund the car for 2 model years newer or 10,000 miles fewer on the vehicle. So you actually get a better car than what you had started with by having that endorsement on there. OEM parts, essentially, if you have a nice high-end vehicle, something like a BMW, a Tesla, anything that has its own parts, you can opt to have OEM parts only. So that way, when you have a claim and they have to replace something, they're guaranteed that they will only use the original manufacturer's parts for that. Very important, because certain cars won't work well with their, fabricated, replacement parts that aftermarket. So having this on there, if you have a car like a BMW, it's really important that they'll be replaced with BMW parts as you need it. And decreasing deductible, this is essentially if you are a good driver, if you don't have accidents on your record, you can opt for the decreasing deductible, which actually lowers your collision deductible by $100 every time you renew the policy, right? So if you chose to have a $500 deductible and you choose the decreasing deductible, when you bind the policy, it'll actually be a deductible of $400. And each year when you renew that you don't have an accident, they'll actually give you another $100 towards that deductible. So 5 years down the line, if you don't have any accidents, you're now at a $0 deductible. And if you, God forbid, did get in an accident, you wouldn't have to worry about any out-of-pocket costs when dealing with the claim. Accident forgiveness. So for all of you good drivers out there, if you haven't had an accident in a while, usually it's 5 years or more, you're eligible for accident forgiveness. Essentially, that means that, if you were to get in an accident, the first one would actually be forgiven by the insurance company because they know that you've had an amazing history and you did opt to pay a little extra for the accident forgiveness. This can be very important because if you've had such a clean record and God forbid something happens where you have a big accident, now you're stuck with that history of an accident on your policy, and that can really affect your rates moving forward. So if you have accident forgiveness, that one gets kind of wiped from your slate and you are basically back to your clean record, but you do have another 5-year window before you're eligible for accident forgiveness again. And finally, the way that you pay your payments, right? So a lot of people will opt to do a monthly option for their auto policy, depending on whether or not you have a 6-month policy or a 12-month. You can also choose things like a 6-month term at a time or an annual term at a time. You'll actually get discounts for the way that you pay. So if you pay in larger chunks at a time, you'll actually get a discount on the premium itself. Sometimes it can be pretty substantial. A couple $100 over the year can really add up. So if you have the money lying around, or if you have a credit card that you want to earn miles or points on, I recommend paying everything in full. You'll save money on the premium, you'll earn those points, and then you'll basically be done for the year. You won't have to worry about that coming out every month, right? So myself, as I mentioned, I am an independent agent. So what are the benefits of having an independent agent versus going and shopping around for yourself? Customization without compromising on the price. Essentially, I can find out what you want to have in a policy, customize it on each quote that I come up with, and find the carrier that has the best option for what you want in your policy. Expert advice from experience with many carriers. So since I have worked with so many different carriers, over 13 in my insurance career, I kind of have an idea of what factors into each of those carriers, what to avoid, and what things you can take advantage of. So my advice is crucial. The ability to shop around without the hassle. Many of you have shopped around before. You end up having to call various different carriers, say the same things over and over again, go through the same spiel. A lot of times you end up with a quote that's different than what you had started out with because they didn't run the reports. They didn't give you an accurate number. All of a sudden they run the reports. You had an accident or a ticket in the past, and now your rate is twice as much. So you're able to basically get a bird's eye view of all of your options together, a side-by-side comparison, and you're able to choose based on the things that are important to you, what makes the most sense without doing any extra work. I do all the work for you. You get a representative and not a 1-800 number. So I don't know if anyone has ever had to call back when they're, if they went with Geico or anything like that. You can never get the same person that you started with when you're starting a quote or you're working with somebody on a claim. Having somebody to be able to reach out and talk to is important so that you're able to get back with the same person, not have to repeat yourself, and have somebody who understands the situation from beginning to end. And sometimes even get advice on whether or not to even put in a claim. Sometimes if you call the call center, you're like, hey, this happened, I'm not sure if it's worth putting in a claim. They might still put in a claim on your record without you even saying, oh, we want to put this in. So even if it's a $0 claim, they just acknowledge that something happened. You might get penalized in the future just because you called in and asked. So having someone available to answer that for you without that hassle is pretty important. No brand loyalty. So I'm not wedded to any one particular company. I know the benefits and the downfalls of all of them, and I'm able to be pretty objective in the way that I describe things and let you know what's best for you, not just best for myself as an agent. you have the ability to switch your carriers and still keep your agent. So as years go by, if you find that, you know, your rate has gone up or you had an accident and now you need to shop it around again, you're able to still shop it around and still continue to be with me as your agent. So you can have the benefits of knowing who your carrier, your representative is, but also not be stuck with the same carrier for your lifetime just because you like the person that you were working with. This is all the information about the carriers that I have available. As you can see, there are a lot of pretty popular, pretty name brand carriers here. And this is just for the auto side of things. For the home and renters and all that good stuff, there are more options, but these are the carriers that we have just for the auto space.
Jake, you did a great job. Thank you. I hate to do this, but we do need to wrap it up. We've had, so we're over the hour, but you see Jake's information there. There's certainly a lot more detailed information to insurance that meets the eye. So yes, absolutely. Great job. Appreciate that. We're going to wind it down today for Relaxed Teams Central New Jersey. Again, we get together every Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. You can find us on the website and feel free to join in. We have a lot of other slots open, basically a small business networking group supporting each other in today's day and age, really through Zoom, and also getting to know each other and help each other with referrals. So great job again, Jake. Great job, everybody, on the 30-second commercials, and we'll do it again next week.
Sounds
Have
good.
a great day, everybody. Stay safe. Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.